Nina? Nina? Oh, Mrs. Turner, have you seen Nina?
Well, not since she left for the wedding. I mean, is something wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. She was at the wedding. She's disappeared.
You mean she left before the wedding was over?
No, she left before the wedding even started. When I got to the church, she wasn't there.
Oh, my goodness.
Excuse me.
Never in my life have I seen anything like this. That poor dear child. How could that cat have done anything so heartless?
All right, calm down, all right? And don't be so quick to blame Tad. I am sure there's a reasonable explanation for what caused this delay.
An explanation, my foot. A leopard doesn't change its spots.
Brooke's right, Mrs. Wallingford. Now, I know that Tad does not have the best reputation when it comes to women, but he really loves Hillary. Now, you mark my words. He'll show up.
I know you mean well, Mrs. Valentine, but please, I cannot stand the name in my ears. It sets my teeth on edge. Now, you run on home, and you tell those caterers to take all of that marvelous food down to the women's shelter.
I think you're jumping the gun just a little bit.
For heaven's sakes, Brooke, somebody should enjoy that food. It's a sin to waste it. It's obvious to me there's not going to be any wedding, so therefore there'll be no reception.
Mrs. Valentine, why don't you go home? Tell the caterers just to keep everything refrigerated. I think you should wait until Langley catches up with Hillary. Instead of, going and then talking doomsday, find out and what is at the bottom of all of this.
Langley's gone? I should never have let him rush out without me. Well, I better go catch up with him and see what's what.
All right. Listen, come on, Mrs. Valentine. I'm going to ask Charlie to give you a ride home, and then you go make sure everything's under control, all right?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Honey, I'm a murderer. I've killed Hillary.
Oh, what's all that about?
Oh, can't I be affectionate without raising your suspicions?
Oh, of course you can, darling. Come on over here and sit down.
Ah, thank you. And listen, darling, I have been thinking.
Uh-oh. I wonder what that is on your devilish mind, and I wonder how much it's going to cost me.
Now, don't tease me. Seriously, I was thinking it might be better if the two of us went back to Pine Valley.
Why?
You know why? Because of your health.
No, absolutely not.
Would you mind telling me why you're so opposed to the idea?
Because I doubt very much whether Erica and Jeremy want us there, and more to the point, I've just been through hell, and I don't relish the idea of packing up again and moving on.
Dr. Devereaux said very clearly that he felt that you would be better off getting treatment at the center. He made it clear your heart had been under a tremendous stress and that you needed to continue with your therapy.
Oh, if I'd listened to doctors, I'd given up a long time ago. Natalie, you're looking at a man who has survived a cabin falling in around him, freezing temperatures, walking for miles in the snow. Does that sound like a man with an ailing heart?
No, it sounds like a man who has simply been very, very lucky. Now, please, darling, if you won't go back to Pine Valley for yourself, would you do it for me?
For you? Oh. Just what exactly does that mean? You'd like to be closer to Jeremy, huh?
That was uncalled for. I don't know why I bother worrying about you. You don't give a damn about me. No matter what I do, you're determined to make me a widow.
This is fascinating.
What did I tell you?
Well, I know, but you can't be very objective.
Oh, no? Well, you just wait till you write something that I don't like, and you'll see how objective I can be. Isn't that great stuff, Daphne?
The best she's done. I mean it, Erica. I think Peyton himself is going to be impressed.
Oh, I hope so. I am very glad you like it.
Like it? This will make Tempo a literary periodical. But tell me, Daphne, how in the world did you find the time and the energy to do this?
Oh, when Jeremy arrived, I started to recover. I got a burst of energy. And it was very therapeutic, actually, for me to write about R.L. Peyton. We became very close.
Well, you certainly got him to open up.
Yeah.
And she typed it with her own little fingers.
Oh, leave
and
it to
went back.
Erica. When she first came on to take over Tempo, I was skeptical, to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. He almost quit on me, as I remember.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I stayed. And I am the first to admit I was wrong about you now. But who'd have thought that someone so beautiful could also be so bright and talented?
Thank you.
Now, listen, who do you want me to send up to photograph Peyton? We got Randy Carter or Heinz Klutner?
No. No photographs.
Well, sure, you want Peyton on the cover, don't you?
Darling. Here you are. We are going with the portrait.
I don't believe this. You got R.L. Peyton to pose?
Well, actually, no, but he spent some time at the clinic with Erica, and I got to do some quick sketches.
Quick sketches. Well, you two are quite a team.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling you. We're getting married. Next week.
Oh, Erica, that is wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jeremy.
Thank you, Daphne.
I couldn't be happier for the both of you. Wait till Olga hears about
Oh,
this.
let me tell her, please.
All right, sure. Oh, she's going to be just as thrilled as I am. Wait a minute, next week?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're sure not wasting any time, are you?
Oh, not anymore. We've been waiting long enough.
Mr. Matthews, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. It's good to see you again, Mr. Cortland.
Am I early?
No, actually, everyone else is late.
Oh, what's holding things up?
Beats me. May I take your coat? Mrs. Wallingford wanted me to wait for her. Might as well make myself useful.
Oh, you're staying for the reception?
Yes, Mrs. Wallingford thought that it might be a good idea to meet some of the people who'll be working on the event.
Oh, I see. Mrs. Valentine, where is everybody?
Oh, it's terrible. It's just terrible.
What is? What happened?
Well, nothing happened, Mr. Cortland. That's the trouble. There was no wedding because the bridegroom never showed up.
Good heavens.
And Mrs. Wallingford said no wedding, no reception.
I'll give Phoebe my sympathy and give him my coat. I'm going home.
And I don't know what to tell the caterer.
I can't look. You're gonna have to tell me, is she all dead? Is she dead?
Shut up, Mom. Hillary, it's Dottie. Are you okay? Hillary!
Hillary!
Are you all right?
What's going on? You scared me half to death. Why did you run in front of my car?
You are so lucky that my mother stopped. Come on, are you all right?
I don't know. Miss Ferguson, please, you have got to take me to the bank. Tad did not show up at the church, and I've got to find him at the bank. Please.
Well, why do you seem so surprised? We tried to tell you about him, but you wouldn't listen.
Shut up! I want to go to the bank!
Mom, let's drive her to the bank, okay? We'll drive you to the bank.
No, you can do what you want. I'm not letting her get in my car after she scared me like that. Fine, I don't care. I have gone this far. I can keep going.
Hillary! Hillary!
Daddy?
Oh, Lord, what happened?
She's right in front of my car.
Harry, are you all right?
Because of me, she's alive, you
Listen,
know.
Daddy, I have to get to the bank. I don't know what happened to
You
Tad,
don't need a bank, you need a hospital.
No, I don't need a hospital. I need Tad, and I just want to get married.
Mom, hand over the keys. I'm driving Hillary, okay?
No, you're not driving my pink car. I'll take you. Everybody get in the car.
Come on, all right?
Hurry up, Mom. I'm going as fast as I can. If you don't be quiet, I'm not just going. Don't talk. I'm going.
Don't talk.
Go, I can't, Daddy. I want to get to the bank to find out. I don't know where.
What do you mean she just
If you
disappeared?
stop yelling, I'll explain it to you. Benny took her to the wedding. He left her alone in the vestibule for a few minutes. When he came back, she was gone. So was the car, and one of the guests saw her leave.
And she didn't say where she was
No.
going? Well, that doesn't make any sense. I mean,
Look,
why
she should
do
never have gone to
something
this
like
wedding in the first place. I tried to tell you that, but you wouldn't listen.
If you want to blame somebody, blame Benny. He was supposed to look after her. Where is he anyway?
He's out looking for her. He borrowed somebody's car.
Well, this isn't doing us any good. I'm going to call the cops.
Don't bother, I already have.
Who did you talk to
I
there?
talked to
And, like,
Detective Young, and he promised me that he would let the whole force know to treat her with kid gloves.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Just stand around here and wait?
Look, there's nothing else you can do, except for maybe give her a few prayers. After all, she may return here, okay?
No luck?
No, Zip. Thanks for letting me use your car.
Well, listen, try not to worry about it. I'm sure she's going to be back.
I should have never left her alone, Brooke.
Benny, is there something wrong?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to think of where she might have gone.
Either of you seen my... Oh, there it is. Thanks. I couldn't remember where I put it.
Well,
See ya.
yeah. Ruth, honey, is there anything at all that I can do?
Oh, I don't think so, Mona, but thank you very much for offering.
And there's no news?
Joe's gone over to the bank to see what he can find out. I just hope the Tad hasn't been hurt.
Mrs. Martin, may I see you for a moment,
Yes.
please?
Yes, Reverend Whitney, yes, of course.
Mrs. Martin, this is most awkward for me, but I'm afraid we can't wait much longer.
Oh, Reverend Whitney, please. I mean, I know that Tad and Hillary will be here.
I do understand your concern, but I do have another ceremony to perform. The couple is here and the guests are starting to arrive.
Can't you just talk to them and explain the situation and ask them to be a little patient? Because I know my son will be here.
He locked the vault, but wasn't responsible enough to lock the front door.
Tad is usually so conscientious.
Not today. The only thing on his mind was his wedding.
You can hardly fault him for that.
Mm-hmm. If he was so anxious to get married, why did he waste so much time schmoozing with that blonde that came in? Perhaps if he'd spent less time talking to her, he might have remembered to lock up.
Wait a minute. Blonde? What blonde?
Some nice-looking blonde. She came in, insisting on talking to Tad.
Oh, I knew it. You cannot trust that boy. Imagine philandering on the very day of his wedding.
I'll let Phoebe stop. I'm sure that there's some kind of reasonable explanation.
Hillary, I'm sure you're right. Now listen, he was so anxious not to be late to church. Now what he did was he had me bring his clothes over here so he could go straight from here to the church.
Well, then, Dr. Martin, where do you think he could be?
I don't... Wait a minute. Robin McCall was here when I dropped those clothes off.
Robin? Robin? Oh, there's your blonde. Edith Nelson told me all about her. She is nothing but a common thief, that's what she is. Who's to know but what the two of them were in cahoots to try to rob this bank?
Phoebe, my son is no thief.
Your son, everybody knows. Everybody knows that he is Ray Gardner's son, and blood will tell.
Phoebe, this is not the time.
Oh, all right. You all can keep on putting your heads in the sand and not looking at the very facts. But I'll wager you anything that when that vault is open, you will find the money is gone and my jewels are missing.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
thought we should have a celebration.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Of course. Our night in the wine cellar.
Yes, and you accused me of being a romantic.
It wasn't an accusation, it was a compliment.
Do you think there's such a thing as being too happy?
No such thing.
Sometimes, when I feel like this, it frightens me a little. Because it's like everything is too perfect. And I'm so afraid that something's gonna come along and spoil it.
I won't let that happen. Now, come on. Let's talk about our wedding. We have some plans to make.
Yes, we do. Well, let's see, I still want to have the wedding in Pine Valley. I mean, I don't know why, but I do. And I want it to be small.
Fine with me. The smaller, the better.
Well, I'm going to talk to my mother about it, and but I promise it, it's really going to be small. It's going to be small, just close friends and family.
Sounds perfect.
Thank you.
To us.
To us. And our love.
Do I have love marks?
Yes. Oh, let's make a pact. Let's always take the time to be together like this.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Oh,
Just the two of us.
heaven. To have the house all to ourselves, to be alone.
I feel the same way. Now listen, since we told Dabney that we're getting married next week, I think we should pick up a date.
Oh, I guess we should. We should do that right away. Okay, lost track of time. I don't know what day it is. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no. This is Tad and Hillary's wedding day. I totally forgot.
Well, I think we missed it. They'll understand.
No, darling, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but if we rush, you know, we can make it to the reception.
Hey, I thought you wanted to be alone with me.
Oh, I do. Oh, I do. It's just, oh, please, darling, just indulge me in this one thing. I mean, I love weddings. And besides, you know, it was very difficult for them to get together, and he's marrying the girl of his dreams, too. And anyway, I mean, I just want to wish them well.
You look at me like that. How can I refuse? Come on, let's go change. I suppose this will keep?
Oh, I love you, Jeremy. I love you. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life proving it to you.
Yeah, well, I'll get there before you.
Sure I can't get you something to drink?
Oh, nothing for me. I've given up on alcohol. Actually, I just stopped by to see Erica. Is she around?
No. She and Jeremy left this morning.
I enjoyed meeting that little lady. She's quite a woman.
Erica? Oh, yeah, she's an original.
Just what were you up to, Alex? I mean, you went to some pretty extreme measures to get her up here.
I did, didn't I? Well, it wasn't anything. More game than anything, really.
Pretty costly game, wouldn't you say?
Now, let's not talk about it. It's over.
Oh, no. You're not going to kiss it all off just as easily as that. I mean, you put me through a lot. I think I deserve to know what you were up to.
Not discuss it, shall we?
You're embarrassed. Well, I can't say that I blame you. You wanted Erica for yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I wanted her. I wanted to possess her more than I ever wanted anything in my life. It's a stupid move on my part, one for which I'll pay dearly. As you just said, I nearly got us all killed. Now, damn it, Peyton, what's the use of living if there's nothing left to go after? Might as well roll over and die if there's no prize worth winning or challenge to overcome.
Oh, grow up, Alex. You've got a beautiful wife from what I see. Why can't you be satisfied?
I know, you're right. Natalie's all I need, and she adores me.
Well, then, take my advice and enjoy her before it's too late. Neither of us is getting any younger.
Oh, sweetheart, no, I was so worried about you. What happened?
Listen, everybody, I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid there's been a robbery. I mean, there's been an attempted robbery. What? Well, look, I was packing up all the... I was going to take the boxes into the vault, and these two guys came in with masks on and guns. They said they wanted all the cash in the place.
Oh, please.
He's telling the truth. You should be thanking him for his quick thinking instead of doubting him.
His quick thinking left the bank completely open for anyone to walk in and rob.
I did not! I saved your neck!
Look, they were threatening Robin, and so I told them that I needed her to help me put everything into sacks in the vault. That's when I closed the door on them. I knew they wouldn't be able to come in and after us. That's when I realized we wouldn't be able to get out either. Until the mechanism went off at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Well, I think you did the right thing.
Just 1 second, Ted. What robbers are you referring to? There was no one in the bank when we arrived.
Look, this is just another one of his wild stories that he's made up to cover up the cavorting he was doing in the vault with this girl when he realized that he was trapped.
Oh, what nonsense. Wrong, Mrs. Wallingford. How do we know you and this girl weren't planning a robbery of your own?
Oh.
Now, hold on. Just hold on. Everybody is making accusations which are totally without foundation. Now, this is supposed to be Tad's and Hillary's wedding day. So, we'll discuss all this later, because right now, they are going to get married.
I agree with Joe 100%.
I'm sorry, but no one is leaving here until I check that vault and see exactly what's missing.
There is nothing missing. But if you want to go ahead and count it, be my guest. I'll lock you in there myself. You can stay in there and count till March. But right now, I'm going to get married, so excuse me.
Don't you dare leave until I check that vault.
What's going on here?
Lieutenant Young, am I glad to see you here.
Mr. Emery asked us to come down?
Look, Lieutenant Young, there has been an attempted robbery. Nothing was taken. I locked myself in the vault. But may I please be excused? All I want to do is get married, and we're very late. He is not to leave here under any circumstances. Do you understand me?
Now, wait a minute. Come on. I told you what happened.
Forget about it, buddy. I want to know what's going on.
As soon as I can. I understand. Sure. Well, look, thanks. I will tell Emery, and thanks for getting back to me just as soon as you did. Yeah. Bye. Well, it looks like Mr. Martin was telling the truth.
Of course he was, Mr. Emery.
Mr. Emery, your security personnel saw the tapes that we sent down with our officer. Now, it seems that two masked gunmen ran into the bank just before 3 o'clock. It also shows them running out of the bank just after Tad and the young lady were caught in the vault.
I'm proud of you, son.
Me too.
We all are.
I guess I owe you an apology, Ted. I'm sorry.
That's right, Bruce. You do. But right now, I could care less because all I want to do is get married. So if you'll all join me, I put off marrying this young lady long enough.
Yes.
Let's go.
You found no one who saw Nina?
No, sir.
Sit down, Benny. I think the two of us ought to have a little talk.
I'd like to keep looking for her, sir.
Well, obviously, she doesn't want to be found. At least not right now. And I want to talk to you about Nina, particularly your feelings about her.
I'm not sure what you mean. We're friends.
Nothing more?
Are you hinting at something, sir?
Well, Cliff seems to feel that the relationship has gone beyond friendship, that the two of you are getting a little closer. Of course, he could be jealous.
Well, I'm sorry if he's jealous. He really has no reason to be. I enjoy spending time with your daughter. I like her a lot. But that's all there is to it.
Oh, darling. You look unusually lovely. Why do you suppose that is?
I haven't any idea.
Well, I'd like to think it's because you're happy that we're finally alone. There have been far too many distractions around here to suit me.
Well, now, if you're talking about Jeremy and Erica...
To say nothing of your mother, Larry Barnes, and now Peyton.
He is a strange man, isn't he?
He said some very complimentary things about you.
Did he? I think that surprises me.
Why?
I don't know. I've just always never understood men like that. Designed to live such a reclusive existence, cut off from the outside world.
Well, my son did practically the same thing when he became a monk.
I wonder what Peyton's life was like. What made him decide to isolate himself?
Let's forget about him. I want to concentrate on you. What's wrong?
I have to remember what Dr. Devereaux said.
Oh, to hell with what he said.
Oh, really, Alex? He's not the only one who told you you had to take better care of yourself. You're not as strong as you used to be.
I'm as strong as an ox, Natalie. I want to make love to you.
Well, and I want you just as much, but not at the risk of losing you.
Let me worry about the risks.
All right. Now, I don't like going against doctor's orders, but if you insist.
Come along. Oh, damn.
Hello, Alex. Natalie.
Mother, what are you doing here?
Well, if you'd let me in out of the cold, I'll tell you. Oh.
Is there anything wrong?
Well, do you think I'd be back here if there wasn't? Oh, my lovely dream was shattered, sweetness. The deal for the house in Cape Breton fell through.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Reverend Whitney, look, everybody's here. Can I just get started?
Tad, please hear me out. I know you're all most anxious for the wedding to proceed as planned, but I'm afraid that's just not possible.
Why?
What? As I explained to Mrs. Martin, another wedding is scheduled, and the couple have been here for some time. They've been waiting in the hope that you could have your wedding too, and they have been more than patient, but...
Oh, can they wait just a little longer? Let me talk to them.
I'm afraid not, Tad. They have a plane to catch. Therefore, I must ask you all to please leave. There will be no Martin Wilson nuptials here today.
I don't think I can take it.
Too bad.
Yeah, I had no luck either.
Mr. Cortland told me you called the police.
Yeah, Benny, I had no choice.
Well, it was probably a good idea, but I got to tell you, I have mixed feelings about it, you know?
No. Look, I talked to the head guy there. Everybody is going to be warranted to treat her with kid gloves.
All right, well, I hope they find her soon, because she could be miles away by now.
Thanks, man. If I hear anything, I'll let you know, okay?
I appreciate it.
If you hear anything, you let me know.
You know I will.
All right, man.
So long, Cliff.
Thanks.
Dr. Warner. Dr. Warner, I was just cleaning up in Mrs. Warner's room, and I found this on her bed, and it was open to this page.
This is our honeymoon in Martha's Vineyard.
Yes, do you think it could mean anything?
Wait. Yeah, you might have something.
Oh, do you think so?
I mean, she was at the church, all the talk about a wedding and a marriage, and... I mean, it might have jogged her memory. She might have gone to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, my goodness, do you think she'd have driven all the way
Look,
up
I don't
there?
know. This is a long shot. I don't know. It's the only shot I got. Look, look after Bobby. I'll call if they know anything. Bye.
Mrs. Valentine, I'm so sorry. I know we're late. I know we missed the wedding, but I know if we hurry up that we can make the reception.
You didn't miss it. And if you'll just let yourselves in quietly, it's about to begin.
Oh, but I thought that...
Well,
it was
you'll hear
much
about that
earlier.
all later. Right now, you and Mr. Hunter, just let yourselves in.
Okay.
Well, I think we're ready. Since I'm a relative stranger to Pine Valley, I think I should introduce myself. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Johnson, a recently ordained minister. Reverend Whitney is my friend, and when he called and explained the rather unusual circumstances of this particular wedding, well, there was no way I could disappoint this young couple.
Well, I want to thank you from the bottom of all our hearts, because you really are the answer to a prayer.
Although Thaddeus and I and Tad, although I have just met Tad and Hillary, we did have a brief talk, and I'm very impressed with their sincerity and their obvious love for each other. If I seem a little bit more nervous than the bride and the groom, it's because this is the first wedding ceremony I've performed, so please just bear with me. Loving friends, we are gathered here in the sight of God and in the face of this company to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Tad, will you have this woman to be your wife, to love together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Hillary, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Repeat after me. I, Tad, take you, Hillary, to be my wife.
I, Tad, take you, Hillary, to be my wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
Repeat after me. I, Hillary, take you, Tad, to be my husband.
I, Hillary, take you, Tad, to be my husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish until we are parted by death.
To love and to cherish until we are parted by death.
And this I do solemnly vow.
And this I do solemnly vow.
The rings. Bless, O Lord, these rings, that he who gives it and she who wears it may abide in peace and continue in your favor until their life's end. Through Jesus Christ our Lord, amen.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my devotion, my respect, and my continuing love.
And I promise to share all life's hopes and happiness, and its triumphs, its failures, its joys and sorrows, and all else that life shall hold before us.
What God has joined together, let no one put asunder. For as much as Hillary and Tad have declared their love for each other before this company by taking solemn vows and by giving and receiving rings, I now pronounce that they are husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Nothing to it.
Okay,
look at it. Look at it. Oh, videotape, okay. Let's do it the way it really happened. Okay.
Oh, stop it. Come on, take a picture.
Good, okay.
Oh, they look so happy. Well, you two look pretty happy yourselves. Does it show? Jeremy, you and Erica didn't run off.
No. Not yet.
Mother, I'll let you in on a big secret. We are going to be married next week. Now, I'm counting on you to help me plan it.
Oh, honey, nothing in the world would make me any happier.
Is this supposed to be me?
Okay, and... Okay, now how about if we get a shot of the maid of honor?
Yeah, somebody really important.
Rita?
Congratulations.
Okay. Oh, you mean with Hillary?
That's what I meant.
Okay, ready?
Wait.
Okay. What are you doing here?
Wow, you don't look so happy to see me, Taddy.
I'm not. You weren't invited, so I wish you'd leave.
What, didn't Robin tell you? There's a good chance I'll be working for your mother-in-law.
She did tell me. Be that as it may, I would like you to get lost.
First of all, you do not tell me what to do. And second of all, you keep your big mouth shut. And maybe, just maybe, I will do the same.
Well, you two have met each other, I see. That's good.
Yes, I took the opportunity to introduce myself.
Yes. Tad, dear, I wonder if you could ever forgive me for jumping to so many wrong conclusions this afternoon. I was so distraught when you didn't arrive at the church that I just...
It's okay, Mrs. Wallingford. I understand. Don't worry about it.
But I do worry about it, my dear. You are now part of our family, and I don't want to begin our relationship with bad feelings between us. I do owe you a very huge apology, and also a great debt of gratitude. Do you realize, Wade, this young man here, my new son-in-law, not only saved our bank from losing a great deal of money, he prevented my jewels from being stolen.
Everyone, may I have your attention? It's time for the bride to throw her bouquet. So now all you single ladies better line up.
Oh, Mom, would you hold this? Sure. Okay. Come on, everyone. Don't forget your best friend. That's all the single people. Brooke, this is all the single girls. Okay, is everybody ready? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Nothing can stop us now.
It almost broke my heart, Natalie. I mean, you don't know how I was counting on that little house.
It was just a house, Mother.
Well, it may be just a house to you, but that was my dream. It was a perfect little place for me to spend my golden years. And then poof, that dream goes up in smoke because some hippie writer got there with the cash before I did.
Well, I'm sure you'll find something else. It wasn't the only house in the world.
Well, you wouldn't say that about some house that you wanted. And why did Alex go stomping off? It's not my fault. I lost out and had to come back.
Alex has been through a very trying time, Mother, and the two of you have never gotten along, even under the best of circumstances.
Oh, I suppose that was my fault, too. I have tried to get along with him, Natalie. I really did. I think it bothers him that he's closer to my age than yours. He feels guilty about robbing the cradle.
Now, stop it. I will not have you upsetting him. Do you understand me? He is my husband, and I think he deserves a little peace and quiet.
I never did understand why he didn't like me. I mean, I kept my mouth shut, even though I knew that he was too old for you.
You have made your feelings perfectly clear, Mother, and as far as keeping your mouth shut, well, I'm afraid that just hasn't always been the case.
Now, wait just a minute. Hold it right there, Missy. I have always been polite to Alex. I have never said a mean word to him.
Mother, you don't like him, and you're not discreet about it. I have watched you with Alex. It's as if you are baiting him, deliberately trying to upset him.
Natalie Marlowe Hunter, that is enough. I am more discreet than you think. Now, if I really wanted to upset him, I would tell him about you and Jeremy, but I have not said a word, have I?
This is Steve Bell. A big jump in the nation's business debt. Is it something to worry about? Tomorrow on ABC's World News This Morning, before Good Morning America.
Have you guessed yet who killed Amy Lang? This is Joan London, and tomorrow morning our mystery series continues and we'll show you another clue. Also, Michael Caine tells us about his new movie with Woody Allen. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Tomorrow, MacGyver's caught in an intrigue of love and espionage behind the Iron Curtain. Then Alexis wreaks her wrath on Dex for his infidelity, and finally comes face to face with a sister who's out to destroy her on Dynasty. After, Peter becomes the target of an estranged husband's revenge on Hotel. Can Dorian defeat Tina's need for revenge? Stay tuned for One Life to Live next.